All right, Amy, we are live.
Wait.
You can uncover your face.
Can I see now?
No, you can look. So Amy doesn't know what's going on, but we are doing a live video, and you're going to see SummerSlam 1994, and the first person to come to the ring is Ted DiBiase.
$1 million man.
$1 million man. I'm seeing get a little higher here. There we go. So the $1 million man, you know him, right? Mm-hmm. Now this is an interesting time in WWE. And folks, you can just listen along, but she does not know who the Undertaker's opponent is in this Undertaker.
I love the Undertaker. Yeah. I'm excited. Okay.
You're a big fan, right?
I didn't know we were going to be live. I didn't know any. Okay.
Yeah, so a lot going on. Oh, and I've clearly
oh no!
rewinding way too much. I'm rewinding a lot here.
You have no idea how to work a fire stick.
No, I'm not good at them. Well, apparently you can't just press forward. So, tell us a little bit about what do you know about the Undertaker? While I go ahead and find.
He's awesome, Mark Calloway, totally awesome. Kind of did his like badass biker guy for a little while.
Yeah, the American Badass.
Yes.
And now you see the Undertaker is coming out of the ring.
He's got the coolest music, all the organs.
Yeah, we can. I try to keep it kind of quiet.
Yep.
And so this is.
And I know this is kind of like his earlier, like he evolved to be like more strappy, black. And this is kind of when he still kind of had like his almost like suit on, like he was a Paul Bearer.
Yeah, like an old school Wild West Undertaker, right?
Oh yeah. Oh man, I like it even more now. I hadn't picked up on that, but it is. It's like the hat and the tie and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
So again, Amy doesn't know who the Undertaker is going to be facing. This is SummerSlam 94. No, I don't know. You have to see. But it's really probably the most unique wrestling match I've ever seen.
Okay.
Because of his opponent. And currently coming out, led to the ring.
He walks so slow. I'm like, I want to know what it is. Like, it is really cool that he walks that slow, but...
Led to the ring by the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, who claims Undertaker's been out for a while.
Okay.
And Ted DiBiase claims he's bringing the Undertaker in.
But Ted DiBiase is not his normal manager.
No, but he says he's bought the Undertaker.
You can't buy them. You can't. Okay.
And Ted DiBiase looks pretty happy about it. He raises the light, so I'm excited to see. I think you guys are probably excited to see her reaction.
He's so wet right now, like his hair. And he's got like a
he took a shower before the match, right? So, and now Undertaker, you list him as your number one favorite wrestler?
Yeah, definitely.
And you've never seen any of, like, a lot of his stuff? Like, you've seen half dozen matches of his?
Yeah.
Okay.
Haven't seen this.
So
something just seems, like, fishy about this, though. Like, I don't know.
All right.
I don't know.
Very excited here, folks.
I don't see why he's there with Ted DiBiase, because they don't seem like they're, like, friends, you know?
Yes. So Amy is watching, and somebody asks what the gimmick is, and the gimmick is you haven't seen wrestling before. You're a new wrestling fan, and now his opponent. We hear the Undertaker's music again. What? Why do we hear the Undertaker's music? Paul Bearer comes out, the manager.
So Ted DiBiase has a fake Undertaker.
You're onto it. There's an Undertaker. And an Underfaker. And you wanted to be the Underbaker.
Yeah, I'm still gonna be the Underbaker.
Can we just do food reviews while you cook things? Oh, Undertaker. We have to decide whether
it's... get like an apron that's like dressed in pizza.
So we don't know for sure, but right now there's a man in the ring who claims to be the Undertaker with Ted DiBiase.
That's totally the fake Undertaker.
Yeah, and then Paul Bearer.
Oh my God, I love Paul Bearer. I love his makeup.
I was at an indie wrestling.
Is he in the casket?
I don't know. I haven't seen this since 1994.
Please be in the casket. Please be in the casket.
Yeah, so there are druids or something, I think they called them, bringing a large casket to the ring. Vince McMahon, I don't know if this is the same Undertaker we last saw. Is the Undertaker going to be facing the Undertaker? That's what they've booked for the match.
Himself. He's the coolest.
Now, when you saw the first Undertaker, you did say something seems fishy, but did you notice a difference in Alberta?
Physically, maybe no. Like,
yeah,
they look the same, but it was just weird that he came out with Ted DiBiase. Like, that's not his normal thing. No. So it's like, hold on.
Well, to add to the storyline, when the Undertaker first appeared, his first appearance, he was brought to the ring at Survivor Series by the $1 Million Man.
Oh.
So now the $1 Million Man's like, I'm gonna bring him back.
Is he in the casket? Is he in the
I
casket?
don't know. There's
Yes,
smoke.
please be in the
There's
casket.
a lot of smoke in the casket. I mentioned this, and I'm happy you did it. Yeah, thank you. You guys were the ones who recommended this. It may have been you.
Oh my God, he's got the urn. Is he raising
Yeah,
him?
she's never seen this before. And I don't know, we might get in trouble for copyright, so I need to turn the music down a little bit. This is our first time seeing Undertaker versus Underfaker. 1994 SummerSlam.
But where's the real one? I haven't seen him
We haven't
yet.
seen him yet. Paul Bear is coming to the ring. He's got an urn. They're really playing this out, aren't they? They are really teasing
So
this.
he's gonna like beat himself up, but do they have all the same moves?
We're gonna have to see. Now Paul Bear is spinning his urn around, and there's light, there's flashing, there's a lot going on. They're really teasing this out. You still hear the music, and now an Undertaker figure appears.
That's got to be the real one. You can just tell.
He's a super fun character. You are right, Guy. Interested. Honestly, this is such a bad podcast. Why would you say that? I don't like you, whoever commented. So Amy gets to see this wrestling for the first time through the. I watched this.
Excited.
I was probably 15 years old, and I was super excited.
It was 4, so I did not see this.
Yeah. Now it's super exciting. So now we see another Undertaker man, and you get to see how close they can clone an Undertaker.
Well, I mean, I guess because he's got the hat way down low, and he did have more hair in front of his face than he normally does. That is another thing that kind of gave it away, because instead of having his hair is normally like this, he had it all
I think you could do the Undertaker, wet your hair down.
Oh yeah.
Got the Undertaker red hair, the reddish black hair, right?
I haven't thought about this.
Yes. You have to put a little white face on. Would you do the beard, or would you be the girl Undertaker?
I'd be the girl, obviously.
You do a little bit.
No, I would not do any beard.
Here's the part that bothers me the most: is the Underfaker is significantly shorter. So they have to shoot a lot of weird camera angles, right?
I like how Ted DiBiase seems very shocked about all of it. Because I didn't realize. I thought he knew that he had a fake Undertaker. But apparently it's
he's like, no, this is the real Undertaker. And I think
he thinks he has the real Undertaker.
Yeah.
Ooh, that adds to it.
So, folks, how old were you when you first saw Undertaker versus Underfaker? Did you watch it live? Leave us a comment below. I'd love to hear from you.
Oh, they have different color gloves. That's good, so you can tell who's fighting who. That's just smart from
So to look at these two people, can you tell who's who?
I probably wouldn't be able to. They're not showing them at the same time, which I think is smart too.
Yeah.
Obviously the one that's shorter is
that's a big giveaway, right? He's a lot smaller. The person who's playing.
That they did all his tattoos.
They did the fake tattoos,
exactly his name. Yeah.
So the person who's playing the Underfaker is Brian Lee. One of our fans says, when I was 8, this angle was going on. Well, what did you think about this angle when you were 8? Because as a 14, 15-year-old, I was very excited to see these two wrestle. I think the Undertaker might have been out for injury or something.
And so when they brought him back, they kind of...
It was a big deal. And I think they had the Underfaker do different appearances, and people who's this guy, and why is he working for him? So it was kind of a fun...
So they almost both seem really creepy, reanimated, whatever.
Corpse guys, yeah. And the Underfaker, who I'm calling him...
he is way shorter.
He probably had lifts on too. Is actually his very good friend Brian Lee. Mean Mark is the Twin Towers, says Super Mark. Super Marky. Yeah, so does anyone know what injury the Undertaker actually had then? We had one fan comment in that he was out with an injury.
Okay.
So, had a few months off, went out with an injury, probably healed up a little bit.
This is such a cool way to come back.
Nose.
And if you come back, then everyone's kind of oh, is the Undertaker going to be back? And then you get to see the Undertaker fight the Undertaker.
Yeah. And they did really well of fighting with the same style, but the fans' reaction is dead silent.
Yeah, they don't... I'm surprised that they're not into this, because I think it's cool.
Yeah, for what it's worth.
Oh, he just knocked the Underfaker out, and everyone's like, fuck you. Oh, sorry, I'm not supposed to say that word.
We don't use our middle fingers anymore. We always do this. We're trying to clean up our act. So, one of our fans, Double A, I think it was. Double A, are you here today? You usually leave a lot of comments, said that the Undertaker was out with a broken nose. So, and To get the full background, watch Undertaker versus Yokozuna match at the Royal Rumble. They kind of killed him.
Ooh.
Yeah, honestly, the WWE was faker back then, so this doesn't seem fake. When a guy says this was faker, what do you mean? How is this fake, guy?
I love it.
So,
it would be so hard to fight yourself though, like if you just think about it, like if you had to fight your like evil
fake
twin
Amy,
or
Famey.
If I had to fight Famey, like we would know like everyone, like we'd have the same move.
Yeah. Can say no. Chaz, I'll call you, says that, yeah, the height difference was a big issue here. I did like that they gave him different gloves so you could tell apart, like, even in the moment.
Like, that is helpful for sure.
But Mean Mark Calloway was such a big guy. The Undertaker was such a big guy.
Yeah, who are you going to find that's, like, going to be able to be his same height and build? They did as good as you could expect them to, you know?
In my opinion, this was...
the hair helps hide it so much.
Yeah, the face.
They put the hair down.
And they both wear makeup, so they were wearing white makeup.
Yeah. The tattoos, I'm impressed, because I feel like now you have kind of the technology to do, like, really, really well.
Probably just had an artist sit down for an hour, right?
Exactly. Like, that's pretty cool.
Guy Dupree says ECW and WCW were better, but in 1994, I guess ECW is starting to take off. I don't know what your ECW started.
It is kind of weird, too, seeing The Undertaker fight The Undertaker, because I like his slow, methodical style and gimmick and everything, but when you see them fighting each other, it's like, no, you need the
somebody
pizzazz.
to be fast,
Yeah, when it's both of them being really slow, it's kind of like... Ugh.
That's something a lot of wrestlers talk about, is certain wrestlers don't have... chemistry together. You can't have two Undertakers together. It's too boring. You have two big guys together. You have to have a little guy bouncing off a big guy, makes it fun.
Yeah, I agree.
And one of our fans says there is a lot of bad gimmicks in this era, the Goon, and 94, 95 was...
I like some of the bad ones.
Well, we're going to watch it and talk about it. So I can imagine. It's interesting.
You know that's the real one walking the ropes because the other guy... No, is that the fake one?
That was the real Undertaker walking the ropes. See, it is.
Yeah.
It's tricky enough when they're not standing face to face. I remember, because Ted DiBiase is very tall, probably 6'5", or he's a bigger guy, right?
Yeah.
So when he would stand next to the Undertaker, he'd kind of like split his legs to not be quite so tall.
Oh, so he'd
like seem like he was shorter, but you're like, why are you standing so weirdly?
They really thought of everything.
Yeah. So these guys had weird chemistry, and if they did intend the Underfaker, I think this was going to be a feud after this match, because I think the crowd received it so weirdly, they
were just like,
ended
no,
it.
we can't do that.
At least I believe that's what Bruce Pritchard said. I don't know. Does anyone here listen to Bruce Pritchard or the Jim Ross Report? Go ahead and leave us a comment below. Let's see. We got quite a few comments coming in. I'm trying to read them, but it's hard to read them all.
The crowd just doesn't love it, and honestly, I don't love it as much as I would want to. It's just not exciting.
Yeah.
They're slow moving, and this one guy in the front is trying to clap, but no one cares.
Nobody's into it. Here, have your biscuit. You need some support here. And if you really want to get a reply from Amy, leave a positive biscuit comment. We need Biscuit Mania running wild because you do like your biscuits.
I do.
Hey, biscuits.
Probably mine.
So we're watching, for anyone just joining us, because people pop in and out on a live feed. First off, this is a live feed, and we thought we'd have fun by giving our commentary on...
Undertaker versus Undertaker.
Yeah.
Faker.
Underfaker, either one.
Yeah.
This is SummerSlam 1994, and Amy had never seen these two together, so it's fun to see.
I was very excited when I heard his music twice, but now...
Mean Mark Calloway. Mark is such a tremendous athlete, which I think as we see more Undertaker. Would you like to see more Undertaker?
Yes, you already know that. And I want to finish watching the documentary.
Oh, which one?
On The Undertaker.
The Last Ride, yeah.
How much of that did... Because I think I only...
You watched the first episode.
There's 4 parts, and I watched the first one, and then some of the little animated stories and stuff.
Is that a Popeye's biscuit or a KFC biscuit? That's what a guy asks. He's whatever biscuit he wants to be. And then, you watched Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling last night, the first episode.
Yes, and half of the documentary, and I loved it.
The documentary is on Amazon Prime.
I liked the documentary way, way, way more than the show. I wanted to like the show so far.
I think you might like it
the main
eventually.
character's just really annoying.
That's the female. The girl who winds up playing the Russian character you don't like, but he hasn't got there yet. But seeing the documentary is crazy that actually happened.
Yeah, all the stories that they were telling, like choking them out, and
oh my god,
just
yeah,
that they like
Mando Guerrero.
I loved Matilda the Hun. That one, I think her gimmick was the funniest.
She, it's funny to see
and the farmer's daughter.
And Ivory was still in there. Some of those women are still attractive today, and then some of them are octogenarian. So it's interesting to see the age gap back then to now.
Yeah.
Seems more apparent now.
Yup.
So the Undertaker has chokes. Oh, the
Underfaker
Underfaker has chokeslammed the Undertaker.
Yeah.
And Amy's, for people just joining us, Amy's watching for the first time Undertaker versus Underfaker, which you didn't even know happened.
No.
So you were completely surprised when you saw this match start.
Yeah, I had no idea.
And the Undertaker does his sit-up gimmick. Have you seen him do that before?
Yes, it's very cool.
No selling it.
I love that he came in a casket like that. It's just the coolest. I love it.
That's how I want to come to work.
I know.
Or at least leave work. He had a good day now, a bad day. So, Ted DiBiase now is a devout Christian.
Oh, I could see that.
Yeah.
He looks like a televangelist.
And, let's see.
I like the commentator saying, like, no one does that but the Undertaker.
Sai says Biscuit's adorable.
Aw, thank you.
And Stone Sting says that the glow is actually really, really good. So maybe give it another episode.
I want to get into it. There was definitely some characters that I liked and some that I was just annoyed by. But...
yeah, I think you might like it in time. And we actually watched a Facebook clip, which I think you should research and teach me about it. Tell them about it.
Looking it up. The Turtles gimmick. Yeah.
What was? I don't think everyone knows about it. It was new to me, and I'm a big wrestling fan.
I haven't read up all on it, but I saw the video yesterday, and it's like two guys dressed as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the ring.
In WWE.
In WWE. The crowd hated it. Everyone was booing. It was absolutely horrible.
I don't know because
the costumes were just kind of like shitty and
they're like Halloween costumes.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see. I haven't done the research yet, so if you already know, spoil it for us. Who plays the part of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Gill.
Dwayne Gill?
Yeah.
Dwayne Gill, and who else would be the other one?
The one that he does like stuff with. I don't remember.
I don't
remember that part. I
Terry
just started
Taylor?
reading it. I just started reading about it. But basically, he was like, I was trying to work as much as possible, so I was doing all these different gimmicks and seeing what worked, and I got these
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle outfits.
Yeah, made. And he had them for a little while and was just like in the locker room kind of fucking off. He was like spinning around on his shell in the back.
And they said go out to the ring?
And well, yeah, Vince McMahon was like,
I love it.
Well, he was kind of like, what are you doing? And he was just like, is it cool? And he was like, do you have another one? And he was like, of course I do. And he was like, 2 minutes later, we were wrestling. Is
that really?
Yeah.
Oh man, you spoiled it, but I'm excited you spoiled it. So yeah, I didn't know that there was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle gimmick, so that's fun. And it looks like the Undertaker has defeated the Underfaker.
Of course he did, because he's fake.
Right. It says wrestler Chris Champion played a Ninja Turtle called Cowabunga in USWA. I didn't know that.
Ooh.
Oh my God, Amy, you look incredible. You're a lucky man. I would be the lucky man, I would think. You're not the lucky man. You're a lucky woman, I guess.
Biscuit.
A biscuit.
Lucky man.
Mr. Pickles just yells out puppies. We get that comment a lot. I feel like we've heard it. Oh, poor Biscuit's trying to sleep over here.
Puppies!
So the Undertaker is Paul Bearer is raising the urn.
Oh, it's got a light in it.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that
the power
part
of the
it
urn.
yet. That's cool.
So one time I was recording an interview at an indie wrestling show.
Yes.
And I'm outside of a VFW hall in Pensacola, Florida.
Okay. Cool.
And out of nowhere,
you're clearly very popular. You have a lot going on.
Paul Bearer pulls in his SUV with a bottle of Jack Daniels and just jumps.
Was he drinking and driving? No, don't answer
I
that.
am not incriminating anybody.
That.
Paul Bearer just drives up, pulls off the road, like pulls onto the grass and starts cutting a promo, and I'm recording it, and he's got his bottle. Oh yeah, bottle. I guess it was as Percy Pringle. So if anyone was a Percy Pringle, leave your Percy Pringle story or what you liked about Paul Bearer Percy Pringle.
What?
But Percival Pringle III, just...
So you're friends with Paul Bearer?
He hates me. I don't know that. I don't know. I also ran some message boards, and he would jump on the message board just to tell me that he didn't like my message board. So Paul Bearer knows I exist, and literally one time, like I don't think he liked the message board. He would go on there just be like, I hate this message board, and talk trash and leave. And it was definitely him, because I've met him a few times in real life, and he definitely was just like, nope, this definitely me. I don't like your wrestling message board. He was a local Pensacola celebrity, and
I didn't know that you were so famous, that you had such...
Paul Bearer hates Snowman Jones. That's just a fact. He one time, okay, I don't tell everyone this story. One time, I'm not trying to name drop because I don't know anyone, but they hate me. Paul Bearer, Percy Pringle III, like I know his son, I know the family, right? DJ Pringle.
Is there a Percy Pringle the Fourth?
There's a Marcel Pringle and there's a DJ Pringle. So Paul Bearer...
Once you pop, you can't stop. That's what people say.
Messages me on Facebook just to tell me how much he doesn't like me, and then hits block. So yeah, he did not like. I don't know why I pissed off, but it's weird because I am nobody. So it's sometimes weird to see somebody
you just get under somebody's skin.
Did not like me. He didn't like my message board. He did not like my.
Hard for me to imagine anyone not liking you.
You are just turning the fans against me.
I'm just kidding.
Biscuit, comfort me. I need a comfort biscuit. So anyway, folks, Amy got to see, I know a can of Pringles.
That was so exciting to see them together, but so anticlimactic.
The Undertaker versus Undertaker.
Saw, like, their moves are both kind of slow, and then you just have them. Oh.
So the match is over. The Undertaker has defeated the Undertaker.
I'm glad the real Undertaker beat the Faker, because that would be dumb if the Faker won.
Yeah,
I'm glad Ted DiBiase is like, suck it, you can't buy the Undertaker.
No, you can't buy an Undertaker.
No.
So, but Ted DiBiase has had some of his wrestlers feud with the Undertaker, but he was the person who debuted the Undertaker.
Okay.
And then when the Undertaker went missing, he was essentially, they did a feud with Yokozuna, a very large wrestler, and all the bad guys came in and jumped the Undertaker and threw him in a casket and buried him or something. I guess they buried him. And then he came back months later at SummerSlam to face the fake Undertaker.
But it's kind of like supernatural.
Yeah. So Undertaker had a lot of weird supernatural aspects.
I like him a lot. I'm a big fan.
So do you think we should continue to watch Glow at some point? And is there a way to incorporate that into Wrestling with Amy, like our reports on it? Do we have enough people that watch Glow?
Because I would like to, because I want to see if you ever get to see the blonde topless.
Oh yeah, she is super hot.
Yeah, because we've only gotten to see the brunette, like some others, and I want to see the blonde, and it would keep me interested to see.
That's why we're watching wrestling, is to see who you wind up seeing.
Is that not why you guys watch wrestling?
I mean, I don't want to see the Undertaker like that.
No, but I mean, it's part of it.
It is a fun part. That's why we watch Sable anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, and to all respect to Paul Bearer, really cool entertainer. And
I love his makeup. His like.
Oh yes.
Because he looks like he had like a mortician do his makeup, and isn't he a mortician?
It looks like he's dead. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you give your best Paul Bearer?
Oh yeah.
Why did it roll? Yeah, like that was
I was like
Hispanic
the Latin version of
Paul
Bearer.
Paul Bearer. That's Italian. I think we did it wrong.
We're the worst.
All right, so woo yes.
Woo yes.
Hi Undertaker.
I can't. No,
you don't have that falsetto?
I'm not doing it anymore.
All right, folks. Thanks again for watching live with us. Make sure to join our live streams. Watch all our videos. We probably got 20 or 30 now, right? Probably more than that.
Like a lot. I'm pretty much an expert now. Just kidding.
And Elemental Hero says he or she loves Glow.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks again for watching. Make sure to click like, subscribe, and
adios, amigos.
Adios. Let me hit this end.
Oh,
I'm trying. There we go.